It's in fact a privilege and a pleasure to be hosting a very special guest from Assam. As I had also served in Assam for a brief period during my IAS years. It's very close to my heart, and it's indeed a pleasure and a privilege to be welcoming Colonel Shahidul Islam. So he is an epitome of hard work and rising up the ladder. Having been born in a very humble background in a riverine village in Assam, he went to government school, then he went to Sainik school, then he graduated, and then he went to the National Defense Academy first, then to the Indian Military Academy. Got inducted into a very prestigious regiment called the Mahar Regiment in the Indian Army. Has served in various positions. He has served as AD camp to the Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. He has served as Provost Officer in a command theatre. He has served in the Director General of Assam Rifles headquarters. He has served there, and after retirement, he has been instrumental in the National E-Governance Program in Assam, and now works in a very senior managerial position with, in fact, an ex-IAS officer in the corporate healthcare system. So a man who has worn many hats, but an army man primarily at heart. Thank you very much, Colonel Islam, for joining. It's a pleasure to have you in the show, in this conclave.
Thanks for the good words spoken about me.
It's a pleasure. So, Colonel, if we have to start, so this conclave, as you're aware, is being done for these 2 days to motivate, to inspire the civil service aspirants, and we have been bringing people from various fields, IAS officers, IPS officers, IFS officers, and with the army background, we wanted to bring a very senior officer who can first tell briefly about their own experience in the army, how the army works, but more importantly, on the interface between the armed forces and the civilian officials, the police service or the IAS, the district administration. And this happens especially in all the border states of the country, be it the northeastern states or the northern border states, more so. I mean, they do interact even in other states, but majority of the times in the northeastern states and the border states of the country. So before we move to the liaison between the army and the interaction between the army and police and civil administration, your own experience, why did you want to join the army? What motivated you? What motivates army men primarily?
Somehow, of course, I was nowhere connected with the army.
Right.
None of the family has ever joined before me. Right. But somehow, as long back I remember, I was always wanted to be in the army.
Right.
In fact, in the defense services.
Right.
I never thought of anything else except the uniform services. And right from my primary school, I would say, I was interested to join the army. And to give you this thing, like when in fact, I personally, as a 9-year-old boy, traveled around 60 kilometers from my village to where the Sainik school is, Walpara, and purchased the form myself without informing my parents.
Okay.
And once they decided to, put me in, I started studying, and in class 5, I remember, studying for 17, 18 hours a day. I don't know whether it was required or not, but I never, wanted to take chance. If I have decided to join Sainik school, I must join Sainik school. So that was the thing. So that's how, I don't know where it came from, but as so far as I remember, I always wanted to be in the defense.
That's very heartening and wonderful to hear. So, what was the training experience like in the NDA and then in the IMA?
Yeah, the training started right from Sainik school, I would say, because Sainik school, the concept itself is that they prepare you to join the National Defense Academy and subsequently be whatever service you choose to be in. Right. So started from there only. Like firstly, we were told to. In fact, it was compulsory to wear uniform. That is
Okay.
not the school uniform with badge and all those cap, all those things, PT, drill, everything. We were mentally prepared to eventually join. Like whoever dreamt of anything, they dreamt about the National Defense Academy. If not National Defense Academy, then whatever. But then the first priority for all Chinese school students
Yes.
was National Defense Academy. So the training, I would say, started from there only.
Right.
NDA again, it's you have to be in it to visualize.
Experience it.
Yeah, the experience. Like it is at times, I would say it is inhuman.
Yeah, I have heard of.
Make you do, and at that point of time, perhaps a question is to come to our mind: why so?
I understand.
Why he is making us do all this? But now, as I look back, I said, yeah, that was the they build up that way.
Okay.
Something goes wrong. I may not be the culprit who did it. Somebody else from my group, from my course have done it. Then the entire course will go for a 6.
Right.
So and like small little things. You handle weapon, and all those are DP weapons, drill practice. It's not service this thing, but one screw from some part, if it is lost, the entire course will search for it in jungle for weeks together till it is, and perhaps the instructors also knows that it will never be found. But then they inculcated that into us. Yes, if you are using something, if something is loose, you have to tighten it first and then use it so that the further damage doesn't occur. So those are the things. Apart from studies, India, as you know, they teach you academics also as well as military training.
Right.
First 2 years, that is 4 terms, it is mostly academic training and little bit of this thing. And it is only after 5th term that you are diverged into your service groups. So there, everything is perhaps designed to mentally make you mentally robust. And then second thing is, I think, team spirit, because for no fault of yours, you will be, and they also, teach you self-discipline, like whether, firstly, you are always under observation. There is this, we used to call them ustads, HIs, Havaldar instructors. They will be hiding everywhere,
Right.
nook and corner, they will be there. But then you are expected to behave even with the
Like an officer.
yeah,
Like an army man.
Deviate little bit, they will just pop up from somewhere and you will be taken to class.
Yeah, because I have heard of.
2-3 things they inculcate there only in the academy.
Yeah, I have heard of full night. You're asked to fend for yourself in the jungle for 3-4 days.
Yes, they
Just
do that at a
15
later
minutes
stage.
to
Yeah.
have your bath after the PT to come back to the class, and
Yeah.
such things.
After doing 2-3 periods of PT drill, you are sweating, and then you are appearing in physics examination. Half the time you are wiping your sweat, and half the time you are writing.
Right.
So,
And once after all this training, once you join the army, once you start serving, what can one learn about? Of course, it's an epitome of teamwork, as you rightly said. Hard work, not just hard work. You work as a team, because one mistake by one Jawan or one
Yeah.
officer in a unit can put the entire unit at risk.
entire life.
So how difficult is it to maintain that teamwork, and how does the army inculcate that sense of teamwork and team spirit?
Yeah, it is. In fact, I would say our training never stops.
Right.
A continuous process, even at different stages. Like you become a brigadier, which is a reasonably high rank. Thereafter, you go for NDC and all those courses. So it is all your life. Maybe last 4-5 years you don't, even 4-5 years also you go on some course or the other.
Right.
So the element of training is there right from beginning till perhaps you retire. So it is always there. And training as an officer is different. Training with troops, like we have TEWT, tactical exercises without troop or withdraw. So technical TWTs are amongst the officers who do planning and then execution, everything is done. But when it is withdraw, you involve that this thing. So you are bonded. You are bonded.
Absolutely.
You work together, you eat together, you fight together, you train together. That's how that bonding is there, and that team spirit, because they know without you they cannot progress. They require you for guidance, for maybe motivation, for bravery, and you require them to execute things. So that's why.
So, sir, in your own experience, you have served in battlegrounds, in forward posts. So,
Yeah.
there is any anecdotes that you would like to share of forward post activity or battleground activity, and any loss that happens during that time? How does the army unit come together to,
Yeah.
you know?
Firstly, connecting with the bravery, I will come with a personal example. Like I was fortunate enough to serve with a legendary general, General K.B. Krishna Rao. He
Right.
was Governor Jammu Kashmir, and I was his aide de camp.
Okay.
Now, if you remember, in 26th January to 1995, yeah,
Okay.
1995, in Jammu, during Republic Day celebration, during that parade, uh, there was terrorist attack. Three
Okay.
went off in a span of 20 minutes. The
Okay.
first one was very close to us, and somebody who had come to me in the morning for briefing from information department for press release. I saw him, getting injured. His entire face was blown off, and
Oh,
he died right in front of my eyes, just
okay.
20 meters away.
Oh,
Now, somehow, sixth sense, I was always thinking that there is a bomb underneath. Now, I was battling within myself. Should I run away or should I die? Because I know there is a bomb.
right.
Somehow, But I thought, a kind of thought that was coming to me. I said, Governor Sahab, His Excellency, he is 75 years old, children's married, and their children have grown up. And my daughter was about just 20th January is her birthday. It was 1 year and 5 days old she was. My wife was there with me. I thought, if I die here, I was imagining bomb goes out, my hand will be lying there like Mr. Abrol. Legs will be there. I'll be torn apart, and I will die. And what will happen to how will they go back to Assam? It was in,
Right.
those kind of thought was, coming to my mind. And I was thinking I should run away. But again, I thought, even though I was unarmed, I was not supposed to fight. I was just
AD camp. Yeah.
like a symbol of
Yeah.
this thing. So I thought I'll run away and be with them. Then I said, no. If I go and if I survive, then I will not be able to take this shame on me all my life. I just can't live like that. Let them do. God is there; they will look after them. But I will. If I have to die, I will die here. I will not step out from here. So that's how I don't know where
Yeah.
it came from, but
Once an army man,
what
always.
minutes I was battling within my mind,
I understand.
and I thank God that I didn't run away.
Right.
It would have been so
Yeah. I
those
understand.
kind of, and yes, I was in Jammu Kashmir twice,
Okay.
Punjab also, Assam twice. So it happens like every Assam. I was in a place called Nagaon.
Okay.
You must be aware of.
Yeah. I got trained there.
We were staying in a big auditorium. So I used to brief the boys before going out on patrol or something. And every time, I feared looking into their eyes when briefing. I thought, will I be able to get all of them back with me?
Right.
So those kind of this thing is that, yes, we came under heavy attack, like in one of those, like you mentioned about civil military or police cooperation in that place only. Puranigadam is the Naga Puranigadam is the place. Dead of night at around 2 o'clock, my sentry wakes me up, and he says that a police team is there waiting outside. They want to talk to you. So I went out and To my surprise, I saw the superintendent of police, Nagaur district himself was there. He said, that time I was a major. Major, what has happened is there was a group of militants hold up in a village about 2 kilometers from my place. So they, along with the CRPF team, they had carried out an operation. But unfortunately, one of the militant was the topmost militant of that district. They have information that he was also there, but then they managed to escape. In the process, they brought down two of them. But the main alpha cadre, he escaped. So he requested if we can join in, and immediately within 5-10 minutes, we had those kind of drills. So we got ready and we went out throughout the night. We kept on doing operations, and we also came in under heavy fire. They fired, we fired, but there was no casualty from our side, but they lost 2 more. So 4 militants was taken down on that day. So it is, with this thing, without any preparation, without this thing, he says, yes, this is the place. And, we rushed in. Just informed the commanding officer that such a thing has happened and I am going. So those things are there. The cooperation is always there.